Well, how's it going? My name's Casey. You're watching the Wild West Farmer. Today is November the 12th. We've got some cotton to go strips, so we're gonna be using 2 or 3 7460 cotton strippers, just like the one that's right here. 2 or 3 builders, 2 or 3 buggies. Not quite sure how all this is gonna go down, so y'all stay tuned, enjoy the video today. We're currently about to move these cotton strippers about 4 miles from where we're at right now, and then we gotta come back, start moving equipment. We'll be stripping for my brother today and tomorrow, and then we'll be jumping, hopefully, if we're on track, right here on this stuff.
Good morning. And move to a field that's about 6 miles east of here. I'm gonna jump in my 8130 and follow those cotton strippers. That way they have somewhere to dump, and then later when we come with these module builders, we have somewhere to park them.
So the scenes have changed since the last video. All the cotton fields we've been in have been super pretty, white, fluffy cotton. If y'all look at this cotton, it is not that way. It's got kind of a brown tinge across it. So the reason being is this stuff took a frost on it a week or so ago, and it actually stuck these leaves to the plant. They won't blow off. I mean, even if you shake them pretty violently, they're just on there. So that's one problem we're going to be running into. Luckily, it's super dry. The gin will be able to gin these leaves out of this cotton. Another thing we're running into is bowls that look like this, or even worse, bowls that never did even open up. The reason being, these were immature bowls. All this stuff that we have left to harvest has been held on. They got set back, and that's why I got a frost on it. This cotton is still going to be producing pretty good, looks good, but it's just going to be super, super dirty in the cotton strippers because it's going to be grinding up all these leaves right here into fine powder and dust. It's not going to be helping our allergies any, but I hope y'all stay tuned and watch a dusty cotton harvest right here from West Texas. Got something squeaking. Well, that's one way to start off the day. So we found it. It's this idler gear right here. We literally ran the header for a minute, and that thing is super hot. So that's a super easy fix. We got to run to the John Deere store, which is 2 miles down the road. Get another one, shove it on here. Then we can start stripping our cotton. Yep. Yeah, that baby's hot, ain't it? Yeah. So you can put a new bearing inside these gears, but if you can see that gear there, it doesn't look too good. So let's get a whole new deal. Boom. Do you get one or do you get 2?
Got one.
Just one?
That's all we needed for the moment.
Double or nothing, man. So there it is. Looks the same as this one, but you can tell how wore out this other one is. This is the old one, this is the new one. Them teeth are bit in pretty hard. Fan, cleaner, header. No squeaking. I'm running 2.8 miles an hour. I've got her about pegged out on maximum speed. So the cotton's doing really good. It's probably making a little over 3 bales, somewhere in there, 3.5 bales. No complaints. It's just ugly. Really doesn't matter what it looks like as long as it pays the bills, and I think it is. This is one of my brother's fields. This is actually filmed a video here last year. The most beautiful cotton harvest. That was where this milo was. So it went milo there, cotton went to where the milo was. So rotation here, brother's field. Looks like he's doing pretty good. Just stop for a second. Y'all are probably wondering, Casey, how do you separate these unopened rotted bowls from the good length? That's a really good question. This is the center of the cotton stripper where we already ran. If you look on the ground, those bolls are all over. You can just pick them up. There's 3, there's 4. So this stripper kind of has a gravity table underneath the bottom of its air. So the cotton goes through that cross auger and then it actually hits a gap, and the air picks it up from there. So anything that's heavy, whoop, it's gonna fall out. I'll show you all this. It's gonna be under the cotton stripper. The air is vacuuming the cotton right here, but anything that's heavy will fall out. You can see right here on the ground, there's bolls everywhere. So if they make it through there, there's another air separation place way up in the top. If anything's heavy, it'll actually fall out. It's supposed to hit this tray and shoot out the other side, but most of it lands right up here on the platform. You can see all those bolls. And then right here where the burrs come out, you can see we're catching a lot of them right here as well. Burrs look pretty good. A lot of burrs in that. Now you are gonna have some lint in there, and that's those busted smileys is what we call them. This would be a smiley. Looks like a little smiley face there. Guess that puts a new definition of false alarm. We got a sensor messed up. Very annoying though. So I got this little sensor right here. So I'm gonna get a blue paper towel and see if we can clean it off. Oh yeah, look at that. Woo. Dirty. Maybe that'll do the trick.
Find out.
Keep some more sanity up in that cap.
I thought we lost all our sanity a few days ago.
Midday update over here. We got 4 buggies, 2 cotton strippers, and 3 builders, and we've made, I believe, 16 modules so far, and we're almost done with this little drip. Y'all see all that stuff right up there? Yeah, that's all them cotton leaves getting grinded.
A couple hours later, we're just about done with this one. I guess we're gonna move on to the next one. We ended up getting 18 and a half modules once everything goes into the builders, I believe, according to the radios here that everyone's been chatting on.
Whoever's dumping on Rosa may want to hold that for the next one. Make sure we get maybe 2 5 dumpers. Okay, Tess, we're going to hold off for now. Answer.
We are going to clean around the modules and then hightail it on to the next one. I think it's about 1.5 miles from here. So hopefully we'll have a good run later this afternoon and we can get pulled into that 35, 35 module area. That's kind of where we need to be to get finished in about 5 to 6 days, as long as the weather stays good. So let's clean it up real quick. I just broke a row unit sensor as we were going around the modules. Luckily, I got a brand new one up here in the cab. I've got to go install that right quick, and then I'll have to catch back up with the convoy as they're leaving out the field. Well, right there's the old sensor. Goes right here on that little shaft, and that's what makes that row float up and down using this hydraulic valve. These rods right here are connected down here to these foot pieces. So now if I did this right, this row unit right here should drop when I plug this in. I can do it one-handed. There it is. So I'm hoping the button is just engaged the wrong way. We'll see. Should be able to hit this button. There it goes. All right, we're good to go. We just got moved. We're pulling off some spots, park all these builders and buggies and strippers and pickups, and we've got a lot of equipment we got to move around when we do this. Eddie just picked everybody up. We got Jake, me, and Tyler here, and maybe 1 or 2 module builder guys, not sure. They moved some pickups for us. Looks like someone's in a boll buggy coming this way right now down the road. But I'm gonna get out and I'm gonna clean these windows off. I can't see anything. That last field was super dusty. This field is not near as leafy as that last one. So we'll get these cleaned up and then we're gonna strip cotton. We got supper coming in about 30 minutes. So we kind of need to get all this organized right fast. That way we can eat, boom, strip cotton. I can see that last field's just dirty. Whew. This field's still got a lot of leaf in it. Cotton's just a little bit shorter, and it did clean up a little bit better. This cotton is not near as good as what we just left. I'm running 3.5, just starting out right here. So this is going to be more like 2.5 bale cotton versus 3.5 bale cotton that we just left. I think there's 100 acres here. So 100 at 2.5 bales, 25 modules. Probably can't get that much done this afternoon. If we had the third stripper here, we might give it a good run. But we'll just see what happens. What would you bring today?
Salad.
Salad. Just not Southwest salad.
Not Southwest salad with Chick-fil-A nuggets and milkshakes.
Milkshakes?
Yeah.
Milkshakes?
Oh my.
Milkshakes.
A little more.
Oh. More?
Yeah. There we go.
You're welcome.
Oh, that is service. Woo, she's a dirty one. Goodness. It's about 8 o'clock at night. We got me, my dad, my brother. We're running the strippers right now, the 4 buggies, the 3 builders. So pretty much a full staffed crew right now. We've been wiping it out pretty good. We generally only run till about 9 o'clock every night just to keep everyone kind of fresh. If you go past that, everyone kind of gets tired and wore out. So we'll probably run about another 35, 40 minutes and then start shutting stuff off. About an hour ago, we'd already had 8 or 9 modules pulled over here on this particular farm that we moved into earlier. What's the module count? Maybe someone will answer. So anyway, I've been pretty stopped up. I've got an ear infection. This part of it, man, whenever you work in dirt like this, 12 hours a day, every day, you're just gonna have some allergy problems. My energy level the past couple days has been pretty low, but I feel a lot better now. It's just my ears really stuffy. I feel like I'm talking funny right now because it's muffling in my head there. But so we're gonna keep wiping it out. We'll catch y'all tomorrow.
I think we're working on 14.
There he is. Said we're working on number 14 here, so that's pretty good. Next day, everyone's getting their strippers flown off right now. It's a full-time store. These things were absolutely filthy dirty. We pulled mine over here. We've had a crazy whine in this thing, and we're wondering if it's our hydraulic pumps coming apart in the stripper. So I went and got a new filter this morning. We're actually gonna take this saw, we're gonna cut this thing in half and look and see if we have any debris in it. And then after we get that done, we're gonna add a little bit of oil, and I'm going to give y'all a tour of this machine, how it functions, how it works, with all the air, the burr extractor, the whole mill deal. I know there's some of y'all that are not familiar with cotton, and you're real curious to see how an actual cotton stripper works, because this is not a cotton picker, it is a cotton stripper. So we're gonna do a rundown on this thing here in just a minute, and then we're gonna jump in the field and throw this thing back into action. Where's the sawzall? This might take a while. Well, she's smoking. Well, after some inspection, when you fold these lips down farther inside there, they're super clean. Obviously, we're gonna have some debris from the saw, but there's nothing that's alarming inside here, so that's a really good sign. But what that does is narrow down our problem of this howling in this machine. We believe it might be an exhaust manifold leak, because when the machine gets hot, I mean, it starts whining something crazy. We might get y'all some audio of that, but honestly, you probably don't want to listen to it. So it's pretty annoying. I guess we'll jump in here. We'll give y'all a rundown how this machine works right fast. So the cotton harvest starts right here in the header. Each one of these are called a row unit. This is what strips the individual row of cotton. I've got one bonnet pulled off. These just come off. That way you can service the individual row unit here. So right here at the start, which I'm sorry, it's a little bit dirty, we've got these two pieces. These are called plant lifters. This is what actually grabs the stalk and lifts the boll up into the bats and the brushes. These are called brush rollers here. We got brushes and bats. So this brush roller and that brush roller spin opposite directions. As the cotton comes right through the middle here, it rakes and breaks off the cotton, throws it into these little augers here. That's kind of the breakdown of the row. These are shoe pieces here. These actually flex up and down, and this is what allows the row unit here to flex over the contour of the land. And it's got row unit sensors in there. Y'all seen me actually put one on yesterday that is tied to linkage to the bottom of those. So if they feel more pressure, it'll raise this row up. And if it feels less pressure, it'll let the row down. Right over here is a hydraulic motor that's hydraulically driven. And this is the power unit for the whole entire header. So it hits these belts. This is your cross auger. And then this is what runs the actual row unit. This shaft transfers power through a network of gears here into these brush rollers, which strip the cotton off the stalk. Once the cotton hits the auger, comes in here and it falls below this into that cross auger, which then runs all the cotton into the center of the cotton stripper. Now let's start with the fan system, because once it comes off the cross auger, the big fan underneath the bottom sucks that cotton all the way up there to the top. It's got two different spots that if any heavy object like a rock or anything get in that cross auger, that rock has a chance to fall out before it goes into your burr extractor. The fan is right inside of here. It's more positioned actually on the other side, but this here is your fan. There's your fan clutch. The fan blows air through this right here. That's called the S-chute. The S-chute connects to the back of that big ducting right there. Now for the fun part, we're gonna climb under this thing. I'm gonna show you inside that chute from the bottom. We're underneath the cotton stripper right in the middle. Right here is that big chute going up. We're looking straight up right now. You can see that little flute with those two little vanes. That's where the air comes out of the fan shooting straight upward and essentially acts like a vacuum cleaner. This thing has extreme air pressure here. If this was running, this would be sucking my hat off my head. It'd be a very violent place to be and dirty. So this is where the cotton goes up to the burr extractor. We're on top of the platform now, at the top of the air chute. We're on the opposite side of where we just were. So you see all these fingers here. This is by design. When all those leaves that are trapped in that cotton, this is one place for the air to escape, and it also helps blow the leaves out of the cotton as it makes the transition into the top of the burr extractor. So that is one reason these machines get super dirty. We try to mechanically separate as many leaves as we can. Now these things are going to have cotton all over them. That's just kind of part of it. These things leak cotton. Cotton is super hard to trap, and once you expose it to air, it's blowing everywhere. So this stripper is cleaned off. It's ready to go for the day. But let's open up these burr extractor shields, and I'll show y'all inside here. I got the shield off the burr extractor here. The cotton then comes out of this, and it turns and it goes inside of here. This is just kind of a, we call this a tumbler. Helps break up the cotton and spread it across the top of the drums here. I'll fold this up. This is the front part of the drum. This is where all the burrs get extracted. These are called grid bars. As that cotton comes around, and we're missing a couple saws here. This top drum's taken a beating a couple days ago. We need to add some saws, but as the cotton comes through that tumbler, it mashes that cotton in between this brush and this drum. These are really, really sharp saws here. And those saws grab that cotton out of the burr. The burr flings up against these grid bars. I think there's 4 in the top one here. And the burrs start falling out the front, and the cotton stays hooked to these saws. There's a doffer brush on the back of this burr extractor that sweeps the cotton off the back of the saw back up into the basket there. So you can see it repeats the process down here. There's another drum. So now we got this bottom shield off. You can see that bottom drum there. It repeats the process. We got another white brush down here. Got some more grid bars. Then all the burrs fall out right here on this auger. This auger shoots the burrs right out the side here, right behind the tire. You can see that sunshine trying to make it through down there. So the other strippers make 2 burr trails. Essentially all that is it has 2 separate deliveries and a reverse flighted auger. This is just a one-way auger. The other machines are cut in the middle and the flighting is reversed, and that way it makes 2 burr trails versus 1 like this machine does. Here's the side of the cleaner that drives it. There's a big massive pulley at the bottom, and we'll look at that down from the bottom side here in a minute, but it runs this network of belts here which turn all this in proportion. There's a set of doffers that go right here in the back. I think it's actually this pulley here runs a set of doffers. Those doffers sweep the cotton off the back of the saw drums, and it uses the back half of this chute. It goes up and then diverts the cotton, boom, straight into the basket. And that's how the cotton makes it from the header all the way in there. I'd have to raise the basket up, show all y'all that. We're gonna leave that closed for right now. Let's take a look at the bottom of how this machine gets its power. Give y'all some perspective of where we're at. This is where the burrs come out. Here's the engine compartment. Super simple, inline 6 John Deere diesel engine. We've got our fan clutch there. The cleaner clutch is on the other side. Underneath this shield here is the flywheel starter. This transfers power right over here to your hydrostat and your hydraulic pump. And those 2 big belts here, I got 2, y'all can see them, run up. So the cleaner clutch and the fan clutch essentially just get their power straight off the front of the engine there. When we engage those buttons, fan, cleaner, header, it turns that electric clutch on, which turns the fan on, turns the cleaner on. So here's our fan. Here is that cleaner clutch right here. And right in here is that big pulley I was showing y'all that runs the cleaner right there. So pretty simple, just 2 belts. These belts can give problems and they're pretty hard to fix. You got to tear all that apart down there. This is where we think we have an exhaust manifold leak right there. As you can see, these bolts, they look really rusty and no fun to fix. So we're just gonna cross our fingers that it all works out, and we'll just keep stripping us some cotton up. Diesel tank is right in the back. Radiator system is right here behind this battery. You got your air cleaner and your radiator, all that stuff right there, and then just kind of some hollow space in between there and the diesel tank at the back of the stripper. So radiator system, super important, and these things get dirty. I have to stop multiple times a day, clean that out. The newer strippers have a reversible fan on them, like my brother and my dad drive. Every time you dump the basket, the fins on this radiator fan here will actually reverse, blow the radiator backwards, and clean these screens off when they dump. I've drawn the short end of the stick for a long time. That rundown I gave you on the cotton stripper, that's something we pretty well do every day. Look all over these machines and just make for sure our chances of having a successful day are good, because if anything's broken, we need to try to fix it in the morning. But y'all seen throughout harvest, especially with this machine's had quite a few kind of quirky breakdowns, which has kind of been annoying. You know, this thing is 18-ish years old. So you're just gonna have some problems that might need to be upgrading this machine to a newer one, or you know, possibly a baler in the future. Dumping on looks like Cheeto here. Now listen real careful, you can hear that exhaust manifold coming up. I don't hear it now. So we're stripping in this area right now. We're south of the big highway. We'll strip 2 or 3 more fields for Tyler, then we'll move over into some of my fields. I've got 3 fields at the end of this county road, and then we'll hop that highway. We like to stay either north or south of it as long as we can to minimize the amount of times we have to cross that highway with all this equipment. Super dangerous, especially during the busy times. But if you get there at 8 in the morning or 5 in the afternoon, I mean, it is, oh, it's bad. So sometimes it can take an hour, hour and a half to get all your equipment just to cross the highway. So we got Colby running my dad's machine. We got all 4 buggies running, 3 strippers, 3 builders today. We're knocking it out pretty good. We've just got like the inside 4 or 5 spans left in this pivot. It's just a half a pivot. So this is a half-mile pivot, but 1/4 of it put into cotton. These old cats make a lot of static. I've had problems with this ear. My voice sounds funny to me. I don't know if it sounds funny to y'all. Probably always sounds funny. Got 3 more patches of cotton just right across the county road from us. I think a half a pivot, 40-acre trip, and a 35-acre trip. It's all going to be pretty good cotton, be better than this, but it's in the same boat. It's got a lot of those little naughty looking holes and stuff in it. So this is Jake on the 8245, not my brother's. Jake is Clay's brother, older brother. So Jake's worked out here, 3 or 4 years or so, hauling cotton, running the combine, grain cart, all that good stuff. Who do we have coming this time? Albert. All right, we're just finishing this field up right now. And we're gonna go clean up around all these modules. Clay's buggy actually broke down, so he switched into Albert's buggy. Albert's over there fixing hydraulic hose or something on that buggy. So I'm not sure how many modules we got total. We started out with 14. So I'll let y'all know once I get them all picked up and cleaned up. Then we're gonna go right across the street. It's like 60 acres in that pivot. Shouldn't take too long.
We made it to the other field. Moving is always hectic. It took I don't know, maybe an hour. We were just crossing the road, but to cross the road, we had to go half a mile that way, and then 3/4 of a mile back, and then 1/4 of a mile back. It was a zigzaggy, all the entrances and stuff, but we got here, and this field seems to be doing pretty good. It's one of Tyler's, but I think it's doing real good, and we're gonna have our hands full as buggy drivers. Dumping. Spilling.
Okay, disclaimer, this is for informational purposes only. We had a lot of questions last year. Well, why don't you put the bonnets on? So we're gonna make quite a bit of a mess here. But that way y'all can see the inside of this row unit working. So we got the bonnets up there on the stripper. Traditionally, they all look just like that, but for right now, they look like that. You ready? Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll just get dirty. It's a dangerous job site out here.
Oh boy, we took them off so we could show you. But anyway, it makes a huge mess. It throws all the cotton out of the row. That's why the bonnets are there, to capture the cotton once it goes into the row unit. All right, we're gonna resume on back into business. Hopefully that'll make a cool clip for y'all to see that internal of that row unit work. Every one of them's the same. It looks like we've got 6 modules pulled. We're working on the 7th, 8th, and 9th module right now. Sure wish someone would clean these windows. Not it. That 5 o'clock hour where the sun is just beaming in here. If y'all made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope y'all all learned something about a cotton stripper today. And remember that the Lord's in control, to wear more cotton, to eat more beef. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.